Hey guys, welcome to the MMA Brothers podcast, the newest, baddest, and best podcast out there. And let's get it going. Hello guys, and welcome back to the MMA Brothers podcast. My name is Daryl.
My name is Asher.
And we're talking UFC Fight Night post-fight, Derrick Lewis versus Aleksei Oleinik, episode 58.
Yep, so Derrick the Black beats Lewis. Is at it again. He got another dub. I honestly did not expect that, but we're going to talk about that a little later. As per usual, we start at the bottom of the main card, which the first fight of the main card was Beneil Dariush versus Scott Halsman. As we said in the beginning, in the preview, Beneil Dariush is nobody to mess with. He's the man, the Iranian American. He came through those heavy hands. He's a great wrestler. Scott Holzman did also land some great strikes in that fight, but in the first round, Beneil Dariush came through some heavy strikes. There were a couple eye pokes too, so it didn't matter to Dariush. He was able to eat those eye pokes, come back, and then get the TKO finish. So, as you can see, it's 36 to 11 strikes landed, 36 to 9 significant strikes, and there were no takedowns that landed in the fight. Scott Holzman had never been TKO'd before this fight. This is his first TKO finish. That spinning back fist, bam.
Spinning back forearm.
Yeah, forearm. It wasn't even a fist, it's a forearm that knocked him out. Still, it was enough straight to put out Holzman. So, good job, Dariush. I think now he's in a 4 or 5 fight win streak, I think. And they're going to give him somebody top ranked in the lightweight division, even though he did miss weight by, I think, 2 pounds. So, not cool for doing that. But otherwise, it's looking bright for Dariush.
Nothing more could add there, guys. As we said, Dariush has heavy hands. He's actually known as a grappler and a jiu-jitsu practitioner, which I didn't even know that's what he was known for, because his previous fights, he's been knocking dudes out left, right, and center. Similar to Gilbert Burns, very good on the ground. Now he's working on the stand-up to the point where he's a very good knockout artist. You don't want to go on the ground with him, and now you don't want to strike with him. Future's very, very, very bright for Beneil Dariush. I expect him to win his next fight, no matter who they put in front of him, as long as it's not a top 5 lightweight contender. But we'll keep it moving.
Yep. So the next fight on the main card that happened was Yana Kunitskaya versus Julija. I think her say name Julija Storilienko. So I think we both picked Yana for this one.
Yeah, I was 2 for 2 at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that looks like a huge strike differential, but then if you're actually watching the fight, it was a snoozer. Like, honestly, she pinned her up against the cage the whole fight. Nothing, I don't know. I mean, good on Yana, very good game plan. Was it the best thing to watch? No. It was similar to Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. It was literally when he clinched you up against the cage.
Just bullied her,
Yeah, foot stomps, shots to the body, knees, and the knees eventually started hurting Julija.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started having to finally defend the knees, dude. I was like, guys, this is, good on Yana, but, we need some sort of
fight.
We need some sort of excitement. Good on you. Perfect game plan.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna keep
She was
getting
the bigger
getting
fighter.
dubs,
She went on there. She bullied the smaller fighter, and she got the dub.
yeah, there's nothing more you can say. Good on Yana. Perfect game plan. Was it the most exciting fight to watch? No. Is she doing herself any favors for future fans wanting to watch her fights? No. But then we're going to get to it. The dentist, he fixed those teeth versus Maki, Pitolo, coconut bombs, baby.
There was honestly a bet for winner being Stewart, Weidman, and Lewis, and I passed up on it because I didn't know much about the dentist. I was like, I don't know.
I told you the dentist is going to get it done.
The dentist did that work,
He choked up that tooth.
So the dentist Stewart, this guy can take a shot. Some of the punches he was eating, he just shook him off after getting hit with a huge overhand. I'm like, yo, the dentist can take a shot, man. And
British fighters, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, as you can see the strikes, except Manuel. As you can see the strikes, 14 to 14. Pretty much even. And then what's his name? Maki, he went for the takedown, and that was all she wrote. Went for the takedown, put his head in a compromised position, and then the Stewart, the dentist, put his hands in there, and that was all she wrote. So landed the choke. It was a first round finish. Good job for the dentist. But I don't really know what's next for him. I'm sure they're going to give him another unranked opponent because, the UFC and not mess with him. They started messing with ranked opponents,
And what weight class was it in? 85 or 70?
I think this was 85.
Yeah, so good on Darren. Very great story. Sad to hear about his trading partner passing away, and he dedicated this win to him. Moving forward, I'd like Darren to have a little bit more head movement. That's something I would like to see because you can't keep taking shots like that. Like obviously, I'm speaking from a position I've never been in a fight, so obviously, But to me, add a little bit of head movement. As you can see, if you don't properly go for the takedown, you're gonna get choked out.
Yep.
That's what happened to Mackie.
Yep.
So this is a very interesting fight for people who like quick hitters. This is a very interesting fight. It was a first round submission finish. In terms of the stand up, I like Darren's stand up. I like Mackie's stand up. Very interesting to watch on the feet. And I like how they mixed in the takedown and then choked out. That's better to watch than Yana any day of the week. Yana, please throw some excitement. Go for the finish in the clinch. Do something, dude. Like, please. Elbow on the exit, dude. Do something, man. Like, it's just so boring.
Julie just should have done better, too. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next one, guys. So next we have Omari Ahmedov, the Wolverine, versus Chris, the All-American Weidman. He finally got a dub, guys. It's been 3 years, more than 3 years. July of 2017 is when he got his last dub against, what's his name? Kelvin Gastelum. So it's been a while. He lost 5 out of his last six fights. So Chris Weidman wasn't the best performance in my books. Even he agreed. He said I was sloppy in there. A lot of the things that he tried to do did not work out. He also said that he just didn't get the timing down.
But Omari's no slouch.
He's no slouch. Omari won, I think, his last 4 fights, so he was on a roll. And yeah, Chris Weidman, he did admit that he could have done better, right? So
yeah, but also it was good for Weidman not to go for broke because when he does, he has a tendency to get clipped. Yeah. So I'm very happy with his performance. His chin held up. He got cracked with some shots. He looked like he was gassed at the end of the second round.
I don't know why he was so tired. I'm like, dude, you were able to go 5 rounds before.
Because wrestling. Yes, yeah, and he's been knocked out. You don't know what.
He is 36 years old.
So and he's also a little bit older. I loved what I saw, to be honest. I don't know why everyone's being so critical of Chris Weidman. I loved what I saw from him. It's a very how am I trying to word
this?
You
love what you saw from him, but you want him to retire.
Yes, no. From the standpoint of he wasn't taking any dramatic risk. He wasn't going in there shooting for single and getting flying knee into oblivion because he's doing proper entries, mm-hmm. right? I loved what I saw. I hate seeing him get KO'd. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? I hate seeing him get KO'd. Mm-hmm. So when he got cracked with a few shots, I was like, Weidman, please. He's able to take a punch, and I was happy to see that. Mm-hmm. Moving forward, he's saying the middleweights, he's coming. I'm like, hey, Chris, man, you don't want to see Paulo in the streets. You don't want to see Darren. You don't want to see Izzy. You don't want to see Yoel. Just let it go. You know what I mean? You're 36. If you want one more fight and then you ride off into the sunset, become an announcer, become another fighter. I don't really see him at 36 causing Izzy any trouble. I don't really see him causing Yoel any trouble. Omari, go back to the drawing board. He's a very good wrestler, but he got taken down. I think that was the difference. Chris was able to hold him down, but then again, Chris is a very good wrestler, so I wasn't really surprised about that. But it was a very interesting fight. For the neutrals, it was very good to watch. I picked Omari to win, I believe. No, you picked Omari. I think I picked Weidman. Anyway, either way.
Regardless, yeah.
Either way, it was a good fight.
Good for Chris Weidman, we both agree. But yeah, I don't know if I want to continue seeing him fighting because the next top 10-ish, top 8, nothing to mess with Chris, so kind of afraid for him, Killer Gorilla.
I'd rather
you get it. Gastelum, but Izzy, Paulo, all those guys.
A fight with him and Jack wouldn't be bad because Jack's not gonna knock him out.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the main event of the evening: the Black Beast, Derrick Lewis versus the Boa Constrictor, Aleksei Oleinik. In this fight, even though there's only 3 strikes ended by Aleksei Oleinik, Derrick Lewis, he came out like a madman, like he always does in the first round. He threw some heavy strikes, ended up getting taken down. He actually did reverse.
He took down Oleinik, and Oleinik reversed.
Exactly. So he took down Oleinik, and then he was on top for a little while. Didn't do much, but then he got reversed by Oleinik. When he was on the ground in the first round, Lewis, in my opinion, was a few seconds away from getting tapped out. He tried to get that scarfo choke for a while. Even Lewis in the post-fight interview was saying, I couldn't breathe. That choke was deep and stuff. And you can also imagine that your head is in this armpit and he's choking you out. It's probably the worst thing you can ask for, right? Mm-hmm. Unless it's jock. But yeah, it's pretty much the worst thing here, the head in the armpit, right? Choking him. Luckily, he didn't tap from that. And then the Kimura, there was a Kimura attempt, and there was literally just 2 or 3 seconds left. if that had if he had continued to push, then he would have either broken his arm or he would have had to tap. So he was lucky.
No, his back was on the ground, which was lucky because he couldn't bend it behind his back, because that's when you get the leverage, right?
No, even if someone's on their back, you can still twist their arm.
I know, but his back was on the ground and he was able to at least keep his hand down instead of it being twisted from. But it was very interesting.
Second round, Lewis comes out flying knee, throws a right hand, drops Oleinik, and then that's pretty much all she wrote to ground and pound. Probably the scariest ground and pounder in the UFC, to be honest. I don't know anyone that is more vicious on the ground when it comes to finishing someone than Derrick Lewis. There's probably no one else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Francis
probably.
But the thing is, we've never seen Francis as a ground and pound, because once you get dropped, the referee's stopping the fight. You know what I'm trying to say? Because Derrick does hit hard, Francis hits harder. So in terms of ground and pound, both of them are terrible. In terms of being frightening, they're both terrible. Would I say Derrick has had much more experience in we seeing his ground and pound? Yes, of course. But I'm still saying Francis is that. You know what I mean? His hammer fist he landed on Alistair made him stiff. Went one, Alistair went like a board. And he But it was a good fight. I mean, this one's another one for you guys to watch. Derrick is a very interesting fighter. He said he's good as shit after the fight, which is hilarious. Again, he always gives great post-fight interviews. I'm happy to see him get the dub. Aleksei, you fought for 4 separate, what was it? Not generations, but decades. That's the word I was looking for. 4 separate decades.
A dub in each decade.
And I think he just wants to get his 60th win and he'll ride off into the sunset. But
he's here for a while.
God damn, he's 43. Aleksei, man.
So yeah, number 4, Derrick Lewis, he got the dub. I'm not sure what's next for him. Maybe Curtis Blades, because Curtis Blades I don't think he's fought Derrick Lewis yet. So
Curtis said he has dibs on Derrick next.
That's not.
And I was like, yo, Curtis, man, every big power puncher you fought other than Ngannou, you've been able to do it. But Derrick, man, if you shoot in for a takedown, he's throwing that knee up the gun, man. You know what I mean? He doesn't care.
He's huge, but he's so explosive. So, anyways, guys, what do you think about the fights? That's our breakdown for the Derrick Lewis versus Aleksei Oleinik event. So, we're going to hit you with another breakdown. This weekend, we have Daniel DC Cormier versus Stipe Miocic 3. I'm excited. I'm scared. I'm anxious. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm so many different emotions about this fight because I'm like, Cormier's retiring. I don't see Cormier lose. But Stipe is a great guy. He's a fighter. I don't see him lose either. But if Stipe wins, great heavyweight. If Cormier wins, great heavyweight. I don't know what I want, but I just know it's going to be amazing. Anyways, guys, you know what to do. Follow us on MMA Brothers Pod. It's going to be, we appreciate all the engagement and comments and likes. We'll always keep this posted with material every single day. So give us a follow, like, comment, subscribe. That's pretty much it. Anything you have to say?
No. We love the engagement, guys. Thanks again. If you want to be using us for your picks for betting, we wouldn't mind. Let us know what you think. Go with us. Anyhow, it's 4 for 5 in our predictions. So
we got some merch too. Check out our Instagram bio. Links in the bio. Got some merch. Got some t-shirts. Got some mugs. Got some masks. Got some other stuff too. So
we got whatever you want.
We'll start rocking the gear too, because you gotta rep what we sell. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.